Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. A beautiful Sunday morning here, and we've had an extra hour in bed thanks to the clocks going back last night. So I thought now was a good time to film hopefully a couple of videos actually, because I haven't had a chance to do much recently. This one is about a Gucci buy, and it's well out of date because I ordered all these items pretty much when I came back after my summer holiday. So I'm going to say the end of August, certainly not later than the beginning of September. Excuse me, frog in the throat. And they've been really slow in fulfilling the order, and I've had quite a few problems with them saying they've delivered items and they haven't. To be fair, I think I knew when I ordered that 2 of the nail polishes were going to take a bit longer to arrive, but I have to say I didn't for a minute dream that it would be getting on for November before I received everything. The final 3 items actually came this last week. So it all feels a little bit out of date, and nowhere more than the nail polishes, which I'm going to come to in a minute because they were very summer colours, and I'm not sure I would have bought them if I'd known. Anyway, there we go. Let me show you the items that I am perhaps more pleased with. First of all, everything was beautifully packaged. It comes in a Gucci ribbon-topped bag. Haven't got a wide scan on this iPad camera. And I got several of these bags because it all came in separate bits and pieces. And all of the packaging, although, as you'll see, the actual colour of the packaging of the items varies, they all come in this kind of pink, pretty pink and black pastel boxes. Overall, it's a kind of vintage feel to the packaging, which is, I think, probably what quite attracted me. So I'm not a powder wearer, you know that, I've said that before, but I couldn't resist really the packaging of this one. So I went for a pretty translucent powder. This is Matte Natural in 02. A little blush pink velour pouch, much the same way as the Chanel ones. This is going to get very dirty in the handbag, but a really beautiful compact, I think. Well, not everyone's going to agree. You might not like the gold. You might think it's a bit tacky. It's quite a weighty one, and a kind of faux enamel pink top. I just think this is really, really pretty. Now, I will say it opens fairly easily, but it hasn't got a very obvious bit to open, if you know what I mean. There's the powder. It's very fine. I haven't used it on the face yet. You can see, blends well. Doesn't really give a sheen. It's mattifying, and to be honest, I don't really need a mattifying powder, so you know, I have gone for this because of the prettiness of the compact. What I think, I'm not sure I like, although aesthetically it's very pleasing, you've got to dig in here to get to the puff, which is good in that it's keeping it clean and away from the powder, but I can just see, you know, what a faff to get in, and I'll end up digging my nail in trying to get in a hurry. Always a problem what you do with the puff, I suppose. And to be honest, if I'm wearing it, you know, putting it on at home, I would apply with a brush anyway, but that would be my only gripe. But I do think beautiful packaging. Haven't really used the powder yet, but it seems good in terms of swatching. So fully satisfied with that. I've worn a little bit this because it came early. This is their lip balm range. They do a range, I'm going to say, of at least 3 finishes. There's a matte, there's a satin, and what they call the balms. So I went for a balm. Now you can see here, this is the other kind of colour scheme they use. They do use some floral packaging, and this kind of turquoisey one. Feels nice and heavy. This is What colour did I go for? Does it tell us? Penelope Plum 04. So I thought I do like kind of berry colours in the winter. I'll go for this balm formula on the basis it's probably a less extreme colour. You can see it's pretty pigmented, but it's a kind of rosy berry. It looks nice on. I wouldn't really describe it as a balm, and that's not how it feels on the lips. It feels more like a pleasant satin finish lipstick. So, yeah, I'm not sure I'd rush for this formulation again, but it's perfectly wearable, and yeah, I've worn it. I quite like it. It looks nice on the lips. This was a strange product for me to go for in a sense, but again, I was taken with the promo pictures. Now, I've done this before. Victoria Beckham came out with a similar product, which is basically a face gloss, Effet Lumière, they call it, a kind of jelly that you can use on your lips, your lids, your cheeks to give a gloss. Again, we've gone back to the pastel pink. It's in a little frosted glass jar, screw top, and you can see, just looks like jelly. And this was quite expensive. I wish I could tell you how much. And there you go. Definitely gives a sheen. And I will say when it dries down, it's not like just putting petroleum jelly on your cheeks, which is how I felt with the Victoria Beckham one when I got it, but it does remain slightly sticky, and so it really is a kind of very natural product in the sense it's gonna pull off your makeup underneath, if you know what I mean, and it's going to be annoying if your hair gets on it or whatever. I don't think I'd use it on the lips. I have used it on the cheeks. It does look quite pretty, but it's a gimmicky product, really. And, yeah, not really for me. I don't know what I was doing thinking about that. What really suckered me in, I think, along with the powder, was the colour of the nail varnishes. They did 5. There's a black and there's a very typical dark red. And you know I'm a Chanel girl, and I have literally hundreds of Chanel nail polishes, so I absolutely don't need any more from other brands, given I collect Chanel. These are not cheap. They're the same price as Chanel, I think £22 each. But I was really attracted primarily to this green. I haven't got anything like this in my collection. And it seemed like such a summer shade, but it only came this week. So I haven't tried that. And then I ordered 2 more. I love they've all got interesting names, by the way. So this one was Melinda Green, Dorothy Turquoise, and Annabelle Rose over there. I love these blues. Again, tend to wear them on holiday in the summer. This is very like Chanel's Nouvelle Vague, so I thought I'd give that a try. Haven't used that. But I have used, and I've got on my nails, and you can see, not good, Annabelle Rose. So let's talk about this. It looked a very pretty mid-toned neutral. Beiges are quite difficult on your fingers because they've got to match your skin tone, or they can look really, really odd. So because I've got kind of cool pink undertones in my skin, I have to be quite careful with the beige that I use, or they're going to make my hands look very ruddy, or alternatively very kind of chalky. And this looked like a good tone for my skin, and I think it is. But it's a very, very strange consistency. So what you're seeing here was admittedly applied 2 days ago, but it's been applied on multiple occasions. And what happens is when you apply a coat, first of all, it's quite opaque. It's almost like Tipp-Ex. I don't know, did anyone else, well, back in the 70s, I guess, when I was a kid, we sometimes used Tipp-Ex as kind of white nail varnish because they didn't make it in those days. And of course, it goes on and it looks okay when you put it on, but it's not designed to be put on your nails. So when it dries, it kind of cracks and leaves sight of the ridges underneath, which is what it does with my nails, even with repeated applications. My nails are not in good shape at the moment. So I don't know if it's just that colour, and I'm going to take it off after this video. Just wanted to show you. You can see slightly better there. Not brilliant application to begin with, but just really showing the ridges on my nails. I thought I will compare it with a Chanel, and I got out my nail wheel, but of course nail wheels aren't like your nails. They're perfectly smooth. So in fact, the applications look quite good on the nail wheels. Here's the Gucci, and here's, I didn't bother digging around too much. I got the latest one, which is Égérie from Chanel, that one that I got as part of the only thing I got actually from the autumn collection. So they're slightly different colours, and this one is actually better for my skin tone, I think. And the difference in consistency really isn't showing there. And that's the Gucci turquoise with Nouvelle Vague and Pastillo Verde next to it. Pastillo Verde definitely much thicker and goes on in a creamier and more opaque way. Then this is one coat for all of them, by the way, than the Gucci one. So I mean, here one coat on the nails looked absolutely terrible of Gucci, and it doesn't look too bad on the nail wheel. So it's not a particularly good illustration. But I just feel this is not for me, a good formula. Now, it may, as I say, just be the colour. So I'm reserving final judgment until I've tried the colour ones. I'll probably put the blue one on later on today and tell you about that in due course. But yeah, a pretty interesting little mini range, but I'm not going to be suckered into collecting Gucci at this rate. So I think all the items are still available on the website. As I say, delivery is quite slow. Let's just show you it has dried down in the time I've been talking, but it's still a little bit sticky. Hope that's interesting for some of you. They do have some pretty products, but I'm not sure that they're up there with the great fashion houses who also produce luxury cosmetics. Why should they be? They probably should stick to the clothes and the fashion. But interested to know if any of you have been tempted down the Gucci rabbit hole. If so, what you bought and what you think of it. And I shall see you again soon. Bye for now.